Aha! All right. All right. Hey guys, today sitting with me is Bambi. She is a retail manager. I was hoping today you could tell us a little bit about you, a little bit about what you do.
So I'm 46 years old, a mom of 7 boys between me and my husband, 5 grandkids. Um, I like to read
Right.
and I like music,
What kind of music?
everything. My playlist ranges from country to hippie music to hard rock, everything.
What's hippie music?
Like Rusted Root, Grateful Dead,
That is
Bob
hippie
Dylan.
music. That is hippie music. So, how long have you been at your retail job?
12 years.
Do you like it?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, every job has its days, but
That's fair. That's very fair. So, what did you do before you worked at this retail job?
I worked in a factory for a few years. I was a stay-at-home mom several years before that, and then was at that same factory before that. That's pretty much
What factory?
NTN.
Gross.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't bad. I actually had a really cool boss. So my job wasn't bad at all.
What job, like, what did you do there?
Receiving, so receiving stuff in, filling the racks. It wasn't too bad.
So, what made you decide to go from that to retail?
I needed a job.
Okay.
I had gotten fired from NTN, um, and I needed a job, and where I currently work was the only place that would give me a chance at that point in my life. And I started there because I needed it and was only going to be there until I found something better. And who knew, 12 years later, I'd still be there and in the position that I'm in.
So, what all did you do before the factory job? Like, how long were you at the factory job?
Total, I think 8 years between both times. Um, and before that, I actually used to manage the UPS store that we used to have in town. Um, Before that, it was just restaurants because that was coming out of teen years.
That's fair. I never did. I skipped that.
The teen years?
I wish. I skipped the restaurants.
Yeah.
I got lucky with that, I think. I think I
Yeah.
missed some stuff, but I think I got lucky with that.
There was a couple that they were just fun environments, but
Right.
I prefer not to smell like roast beef every day.
Oh, you worked at Arby's?
Hmm.
I like that you said you prefer not to smell like roast beef. Like, Arby's!
Yep.
Ugh. I wanted to talk to you because I know that you are a addict. I don't know if you is that okay that I said it like
Yeah,
that?
absolutely.
Okay,
You're once an addict, always an addict. Maybe in recovery, but you're always an addict.
that's fair. So I was hoping that we could talk a little bit about that today.
Sure.
So can you tell us a little bit about that with your experience?
So in high school, I mean, I dabbled in drugs here and there. I tripped on acid. Always swore I would never put anything up my nose, and then got to the point where,
You put it up your
yeah, a
nose?
bunch of people were trying meth. It was my ex-husband, my current ex-husband. We were dating, and there was a party at his house, and one of my friends was like, "Hey, he wants to do this, but he's afraid you're gonna get mad." I'm like, "I'm not his boss." I'm like, "Okay, I want to try it, but I don't want to snort it." And so I ate it, and I just really liked what it did.
You ate it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was horrible. Tasted horrible, but I liked sleeping. I didn't like the time that sleeping took, and meth allowed me to be productive. So then we would just do it here and there. Like it was like twice a year, maybe. It wasn't anything big. Um, then divorced him, um, had my last child, and after that, I started dating my current husband. And at the time, he was into it hardcore. He was a dealer's right hand man, so it was.
Your current husband?
Mm-hmm. So we had pretty much free reign to it, and it went downhill from there. But I worked paid my bills, house was clean, kids were taken care of. So in my head, I was not doing anything.
So in your head, you're like crushing it.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a lot there. So the first time you did it, like, explain to me why you wanted to do it. It was like you didn't want to be left out.
So it may not seem like it, but I am super shy and backwards, super introvert.
Okay.
Unless I'm around people that I'm super comfortable with. But acid made me outgoing, I just loved the field. I liked the go, go, go. I'm a go, go, go person anyway. And everybody was doing it. I'm like, what's the big deal? Like, I want to try it, and I just liked how it made me feel. And I was super outgoing and, like I said, super productive.
So you're like a social drinker.
Yeah.
Kind of like
yeah,
that.
But I didn't drink.
Right.
But yeah.
Then that happened. So then your husband, before that, your ex-husband, did he do anything like that before that, or?
Just here and there. It wasn't like it wasn't a recurring thing. It was
It's like a celebrational thing, kind of.
Yeah.
What did? So you and your current husband are both sober.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you guys been sober?
It will be 13 years, June 2nd.
Do you both have the same?
Yep, we got clean together.
Was that hard, or?
Yes and no. So I feel like it was a lot easier for us than it could have been, or than it is for a lot of people, because we quit cold turkey. But we cut everybody out of our lives. That they say you have to change your people, places, and things, and that is absolutely 100% true. And we cut everybody out, and so it was a lot easier because we had each other, and we both had really supportive families and close friends, and our kids were supportive of us once they realized we were serious about it. So I think it was a lot easier than it is for a lot of people.
Was your husband in any kind of danger? I know you said like he was the right hand man.
No, one of his best friends was a dealer, and it wasn't like anything. I'll say not like the mob or anything like that, but he would disperse it, and so he got a lot of deals and got stuff handed to him, so not having to pay full price and everything. So we had it pretty much anytime we wanted it.
So what was your preferred way of like doing it?
I
know you said you ate it.
That's disgusting. That was not. We smoked it most of the time. I really enjoyed snorting it. I said I would never put anything up my nose, and then it was my favorite way to do it. But we smoked it most of the time.
Well, I want to say congratulations on that long. It's a big thing.
Thank you.
So, what made you guys decide to get sober together?
We got arrested. So it was either...
Was it the first arrest, or?
Yeah. So 6-ish months prior, CPS had showed up at my house. My oldest son had actually went to his counselor and told him that he thought we were smoking weed. And little did anybody know it was way worse than that. So CPS came, drug tested us. Next day they came and took my kids. My mom took them, thank God. He has 4 kids. The 2 that he was married to, their mom, she completely took them away from him. The other one, they were supportive of us, getting clean. But because we weren't married, he didn't have to do like drug testing or anything. Whereas through CPS cases, you have to go through classes and doing all this stuff. So I quit like right then and there. He quit maybe a month or so, but I knew he went back to doing it, but obviously he wouldn't admit it.
This is the ex-husband?
This is my current husband.
Oh, this is the current one.
We just weren't married yet.
Okay.
So it was almost 6 months to the day. I was almost 6 months clean, and our best friend passed away. I had found out that while I was working third shift, he was having people coming over, including females. Like after I would leave, they would come over and they would all sit there and get high together. Um, didn't feel like I had anybody at that moment, and so I had gotten a hold of his friend that he used to like run for or whatever. And I was like, hey, like, can I come see you? And he was like, that's fine, but if he asks, I'm not going to lie to him. I'm like, I don't really care. And so I went, got high. Um, our best friend had passed away, that day. And then a couple days later, we had a memorial for him because it was his birthday, like 3 days later. Um, and it was a Sunday, and I decided not to go to work. I decided to go back to everybody's house with them. And I had told my husband, like, I said, hey, like, I don't care if you do this. And he was like, okay, which I already knew he was doing it. And so we all sat there and got high. And when we were leaving at like 4 a.m, we were literally getting ready to walk up the basement stairs, and state police showed up on reports of stolen property at this person's house. And he didn't take responsibility for it. So everybody went to jail.
How long were you in jail for?
96 hours, longest 96 hours of my life. Actually, it was probably like 100 hours because after the 96-hour hold,
Yeah.
then, but yeah,
Right.
it was absolutely horrible.
So you had to do like probation?
Yes, well, so I thank God my CPS caseworker was amazing. And she was like, you've been doing everything you're supposed to. I was already on the second set of like recovery classes. I was going to meetings. I was passing the drug screens. Obviously, I wouldn't have passed that one. But,
Yeah.
And she said, and they didn't drug test you when they arrested you, so you could have lied and said you didn't do anything. She's like, you were honest, like you've been doing everything. She's like, I'm not going to make you start everything over. I'm going to give you a second chance. And then my husband actually had to stay in jail an extra day because they had his charges wrong. They had him on a dealing charge. He had called his parents, like, why haven't you bailed me out? And they're like, honey, your bond is $100,000. He was like, what? And so he asked him, he's like, what are my charges? And they said dealing. And he's like, because at that point in time, he wasn't. Like maybe a few years before,
right,
that would have applied, but not then. But he will tell you that 24 hours is what he needed. And I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason, and God works in mysterious ways. Had he got out when he thought he was supposed to, it wouldn't have made a bit of difference. But that 24 hours made him sit there and think, this is what my life is going to be. My kids are going to, if they visit me, it's going to be in prison.
it's very sobering.
Yeah. And so when he got out, I told him, I said, either we're done or we're done. Like, we just lost our house. We had a 4-bedroom house that his parents had bought for us to help us get on our feet because they had no idea. Like, well, he hadn't worked in probably a year. They just thought he couldn't find a job, whatever. But they bought this beautiful house for us. We lost our house. I lost my job. I damn near lost my kids. So I said, we're done.
Which job was this at the time?
NTN.
Okay.
The second time round. And he said, okay. And I had court-appointed attorney, and then his parents had gotten him a pretty good attorney. And the attorney advised him to go to rehab, which he was on a wait list. It was a place in Jeffersonville. And we cut everybody out of our life, didn't talk to any of the people we got arrested with, like nothing. 2 months later, bed came open at the recovery place, and the boys asked him, said, you're doing good, so why are you still going? And he said, because I promised, and I've broken too many promises. So he went and did his 28 days or whatever.
That means a lot.
And we haven't looked back.
That's good. So, that's really sweet. So, like, whenever he was having girls come over and stuff, like, were you worried? Like, he wasn't just doing drugs? Like, you thought he might be cheating?
Oh, absolutely. Or? It was just, there was one girl. It was a group of people, but there was one girl, like, I found, pictures of her on his phone and stuff. And, like, to this day, he tells me nothing happened. And I believe him because we've been honest. But at the time, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's all a lot. Like, if you're going to lie about get sober,
right.
Why wouldn't you lie about?
Right.
That is a lot. So, what made you like? Would you say that you had like were like sad or something like before you started using it, or like you just like a party drug?
Yeah, just a party drug. And in the recovery classes, that was one of the things they try to figure out, like, what is the underlying reason you chose to do drugs? Because I liked it. Like, I mean, I guess my underlying reason was because it helped me be more social. It helped me be the person that I wished I could be all the
Yeah.
time. But it wasn't because I had a bad childhood and wasn't depressed. I wasn't trying to, hide bad things that happened to me. Like, I had great parents. I had a great childhood. I had a great life. I
Have
just,
you heard the song "Dear Alcohol" by Dax?
mm-mm.
It's a great song. You'd like it.
I'll check that out.
It's a really good song. It's kind of like it's about alcohol, but it's like he talks about whenever he's drinking, he's like, "I like the man that I am because I'm cocky. I'm cocky. I'm confident. I don't give a damn, and I'm daring."
Yep, that's pretty much
And it was
how I felt.
like the way you describe it. It's like it just sounds like that song would
Yeah,
resonate
I'll
with
check
you.
that out.
It's a really good song. I found it on YouTube.
Right on.
um, what was getting sober like for you? Like, was it because you did it twice? Was it easier the first time, or was it harder the second time?
I think it was harder the first time because I knew he was still doing it. And the second time we were doing it together, we supported each other. Obviously, our entire family knew at that point in time. So they supported us. Like, if you're serious about it, then we are there for you. We support you. Um, and it really sucked because we were on the front page of the newspaper.
Really?
Yeah, when we got arrested, the newspaper had all 5 of our faces across the front page. And his parents are very well known in the community, so everybody knew who he was. A lot of people knew who I was because they knew my grandma. There's a restaurant in town that she managed for years, so they knew her. A lot of people knew my mom. Um, so my anxiety for the next 6 months was through the roof. I wouldn't go anywhere in public by myself because I'm like, people are staring at me. They're talking about me. My mom had me go pick up Taco Bell one day, and she was like, I called it in. You just gotta, it'll be ready when you get there. And I'm like, okay. I walk in, it wasn't ready, and there's all these people, and I'm like, oh my God, everybody is staring at me. They're talking about me. And I went home in tears. Like, it was bad. And I know they weren't. Like, now I know. I don't know.
Yeah.
They may have been, but at that point in time, like,
Well, you're like, yeah, you're like ashamed of it. And
yeah,
you think that you're the talk of the town.
yeah, yeah. And well, and even because that was when things were online on the newspaper and people could comment on articles and stuff. And so going through reading the comments, I probably shouldn't have done that, but
That's
they were
rough.
horrible. Like, they were so horrible. I have my lifelong best friend and my sister replied to a lot of people and was like defending us and stuff. But yeah, it was bad.
At least you know they got you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's nice that they did that, but that's rough that they would.
Yeah,
They
it
had
was.
the comments open
Oh,
for
it was
that.
horrible. Yeah, people
That
talking
is
about what pieces of shit
terrible.
Doug was, and um, couldn't believe that I did it. They thought so much better of me, and just, I mean, they raked us over the coals.
It is weird what is it? Offending strangers online will do to you. Like what they think.
Right.
Like whenever they're like, "I thought you'd be better than that."
Yeah.
It's like I don't even know who you are, but
Yeah. And
damn, I'm sorry I let you down.
a lot of them, like, we knew, like, not, didn't like hang out with them or anything, but like knew names and stuff.
Yeah.
Not anybody that I would care now what they thought about me, but at that time, like, the entire town of Seymour knew about it.
What was your kid's reactions whenever you decided you were gonna get sober, but really sober?
They,
You were really sober the first time. I
right,
just want to be.
yeah, like the final, we're done.
Yeah, the final.
They didn't believe us.
That's fair.
Yeah, absolutely. Until they, I mean, it took a few months. My oldest still has issues with it. Um, it really messed with him. Um, my oldest stepson,
How old were they
um,
whenever?
13ish, 12, 13. They weren't in high school. They were still they were middle school age. And then my youngest was 5, 6, I think. And then he has 3 that are older, or we have 3 older ones. 2 are mine, one's his, and they're around the same age. And then the 4 younger ones are within 22 months of each other. So the little ones didn't really understand, but his ex-wife had picked up and moved out of state. She took full advantage, so he didn't see his kids for over a year, the 2 of them. But his oldest still holds it over his head to an extent. And then he's talked to my kids about it, and they finally put him in his place and said, look, they changed, let it go. Like, even my oldest will tell me, like, he's proud of us and stuff, but it messed him up. He has issues, goes to a therapist.
Is it like trust issues, you think?
Maybe insecurity, but he's a very confident human. He does have anger issues, like he's on anxiety meds that goes to therapy and stuff, so I don't know if that contributed to those issues.
I don't know. It's probably hard to sign with that. What if you could, what would you say to him?
Thank you. And I've told him that because I tell him all the time, you saved our life. Had you not went to your counselor, of course I was pissed at the time because my head wasn't in the right place. But had he not done that, who knows where we would be? We might be dead. We might be in jail. I
Yeah.
don't know.
You might still be doing it.
Yep. And nowadays, like, there aren't good drugs, but even 13 years ago, we didn't worry about fentanyl being
No.
in our stuff. And now, I mean, so many people that were in NA with us, and they decided to do it one more time, killed them.
Yeah, because you don't start over. You start where you left.
Right. Yep.
And I think that's what they said. Like, killed Kurt Cobain. If you think he did that versus killed himself, whatever, which one? Courtney did it, whatever.
That's a whole nother discussion.
Whichever one you subscribe to with that. But so, do you think you could have done it if your kids hadn't been in the picture?
I think I could have done it, but I'm by no means blaming my husband. I wasn't going to do it without him doing it also. And we talked about it a few times over the years, like, hey, let's stop. Let's get clean. And then it was somebody's like, hey, here. Oh, okay. We'll stop later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so.
Yeah. We said we'd stop. We didn't say today.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. How much money do you think you spent on it?
Oh, Lord. Thousands of dollars. Easy. It's crazy because when we got clean, we thought we would have more money because we weren't buying drugs, but then we had bills and stuff and like had to be responsible adults. So yeah, we were still broke.
Did you have a vice afterwards? Like a thing that you were like, oh, I really enjoy this now, like a new hobby that you picked up?
I went back to reading. Like I had gotten away from it, but
I would have thought you would have read more books with it.
No, I wrote a lot of words. I made a lot of lists. Like every person I've ever done meth with has their thing. Like one of my friends, she colored. That was her thing. My husband would tinker with stuff. He would take shit apart and put it back together or try to program stuff on the computer. We downloaded a lot of music. I have so many burnt CDs. Yeah, I still find like lists of like I've written down like all the songs I wanted to make a CD with, or found a list the other day, all the concerts I had been to at that point in time, and just looking through them like, is this what you spent your time doing? Like just making random lists.
I was gonna ask what the lists were of, but it sounds like they were just whatever was in the moment.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Huh. I make a list, but my lists are just like, this is what I think I'll do today, and it's like, I didn't do it.
Those are my lists now. I'm totally a list maker, but yeah, now it's practical, like beneficial lists.
Right. Some of it's achievable.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So, what would you say to someone that was struggling with it?
It's possible. You have to want it, and you have to be willing to change your people, places, and things. It's not going to happen if you don't. From, I mean, living proof. We did not change our people, places, and things when I had to stop. And
Right.
it's not those people's fault, but we chose to still be around it, so it made it harder
Yeah.
to stay to stop and not do it.
Would you say some of it had like a lasting effect on you? Like mentally or emotionally?
Oh, absolutely. Up until probably this year or last year, every year coming up on our clean date, like my anxiety would be through the roof. Like the 2 weeks leading up to it, because in the span of a week, our best friend passed away. It was his birthday. We got arrested. Like
Yeah.
all in the span of 5, 6 days. Um, so leading up to that,
I could see a lot of trauma being there.
in the first several years, I was waiting for the other shoe to drop because things just kept getting better. I'm like, this can't be right.
Yeah.
Like what's going to happen to take all this away? Um, but the past 2 years was, I don't know what the difference was. Um, but the past 2 years, I wasn't like that. Honestly, I think I was so busy with stuff with work and the kids, it crept up on me before I even realized it.
You celebrate it?
Absolutely.
What do you do to
Yeah.
celebrate it?
I mean, not like anything big. We might go out to dinner or something, but
Well, that's still celebrating
definitely,
it.
definitely, congratulate each other and tell each other how proud we are. And
Well, that's good. At least I'm glad that you celebrate it. That's an important thing to do.
yeah, and I post about it every year on Facebook. Um, and I always put in there that I don't post to brag, but life is amazing. I mean, obviously there's bad days. Who doesn't have bad days? But life is amazing, and I am so grateful for what we have, where we are in life. And again, it's not to brag, but it's to show people that it's possible.
Yeah, and I think that's important to show people that it's possible, everything, because I think a lot of people, once you become an addict or whatever, you're just kind of like, this is how it is, this is how it's going to stay. And then they don't ever think that there's an after. And I think it's important that people realize that it's not just that forever, that there's an after, and that it is possible.
Yeah. And some people, when they get clean, I mean, bad things happen. It's human nature, it's part of life. Sometimes a lot of bad things happen. And so you feel hopeless. Like, I got clean, like, I was happy when I was doing drugs or, whatever, got clean, and I'm struggling. I'm trying to do better. And this happened, this happened, this happened. And it can make you feel hopeless.
Yeah. What damn. What would you say was a lesson that you learned about yourself from all of it?
I'm stronger than I ever gave myself credit for. Um, I was never an overly confident person. Like, I was so self conscious of myself. Um, but I was on the front page of the paper. I almost lost everything, and I've come out of it.
Did it make you have more confidence?
Absolutely.
Do you how come you don't frame that picture of you? Like we're in
Oh,
your house. Like how come you don't frame your mugshot?
because I'm horrible about framing anything. I do have it though. I saved it. Our arresting officer, actually, I had him send it to me a few years ago because I couldn't find the
Right.
paper or anything. And I was like, can you send me this? And he did. And I was like, can I post this? And he was like, do whatever you want with it. And so I did a side by side. I think it was for our 10 years clean date. I did a side by side of that and then me now. And
Did he say anything to you about it? Was he like, I'm proud of you, or like,
he's told me that, and I've thanked him. So it's crazy because like he already knew my family. Like him and my sister used to hang out and be real good friends. Um, so my parents knew. Well, my sister knew about me being arrested as soon as
yeah,
as soon as it happened. He called her. The jailer was my mom's lifelong best friend.
oh
So
shit.
when she booked us in, she said, "Does your mom know you're here?" And I'm like, "No." And well,
She's like,
she
she's
probably
going to.
yeah. And I'm like, "Oh, my mom's gonna kill me." I didn't call my mom. I called my dad, but my mom would have left me there. But But yeah, I think a year or two later, I actually thanked the arresting officer for because I threw a fit. Like I'm so ashamed of the way I acted. I faked panic attacks, thinking that they were going to let me go and not arrest me. Like it was crazy. Um, and he arrested everybody, and I am grateful for that.
Yeah, it's probably life changing.
Yep, I thank the judge that gave us the second chance.
Do what do you do for do you do anything for the community now?
I have not so much anymore, just because I am so busy
Yeah.
with my job. But we actually ran the Sunday night NA meetings for a couple years. Um, I've helped out at the Anchor House Food Pantry. I volunteered there. Well, actually, it was part of my community service I had to do, but I really enjoyed it, and so I continued to volunteer even after that was over.
There's something like healing about helping the community. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's the food pantry was very eye opening, and I love food, and I swear I was a starved child in a previous life because I overbuy everything.
Yeah.
I always have food. Like I'm the person that's gonna have the honey bun in my pocket at a concert. Like I take snacks. We go to Greenwood and I pack emergency snacks. And my husband's like, "Why do you need 5 bags of chips and pretzels and crackers?" I'm like, "What if we break down? I don't want to starve." But yeah, so I love food and I want other people to have food. I love feeding people, and so like helping out at the food pantry, like I said, it was I had to at first, but I just enjoyed it. Like helping these people put together. I don't know if you know how food pantry works, but they get points to spend, and so they can select certain things off of certain areas or whatever, and like helping them figure out how to.
Can you save the points?
No, it's just that time. Like you
Okay.
use them. Like it's based on your income, your household size. Like so you get 22 points, and then each shelf has food, and like this is worth 1 point. This is 3 points. You get 2 for 1 on cans of green beans or whatever.
Okay.
So helping them kind of figure out what they're going to select to make the most of their food because that might have to last them for the next week or two.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was like whenever I said save them, I don't know if it was like when we save them, we'd come back and get some Oreos.
No. But and then some people are very frustrating because I'm like, you just told me you have 3 kids and you're using all your points on freaking candy bars. Like that's great. Everybody deserves treats, but what are you going to feed your kids?
Right.
So
Yeah, those aren't gonna make it through the car ride.
no.
So that's fucked up. What would you say was your favorite thing from getting sober? Like, what's your favorite thing? Like, is it a new look on life?
Yes, that I'm very grateful. I'm still selfish to an extent, but
I think we all are.
I was a very selfish person. Like I was entitled. Um, I like the world revolved around me. I would get mad over the dumbest stuff. Like if it didn't go my way, um, I was very selfish, and this has humbled me a lot.
Well, that's fair. What So I know you said you go to concerts and stuff. Like, does seeing people drink there mess with you at all,
Nope.
or?
So I actually drink. Alcohol was never my issue. I can drink, but I know when to stop. It's not an overdone thing. It's not an everyday thing. It's a social drinking. Um, if meth was in front of me, I wasn't going to stop.
Yeah.
So, um, like for my surgery, they prescribed me hydrocodone. Like that's not my issue. Like when they're gone, they're gone. And I didn't take them. I didn't abuse them taking them. Like that wasn't my issue. Um, meth is
It's
my
interesting
issue.
though they prescribe those, even though they know your history and stuff. I always like one of my other friends. He got all his teeth removed because he was also an addict. He got all his teeth removed, though he's sober, and then they prescribed him like those too. And he's like, "I've got a problem with pills. Why would you?"
Yeah. So
And so it's like, because he told them that.
yeah.
He's like, I just ended up taking aspirin.
So, and I've been honest, but I've told them like meth was my problem. Like pills weren't my issue. Um, and I think to an extent, they, even if you tell them, they probably, I don't know, some people can't just take aspirin. And it depends on what the issue is, what the, if it's a surgery or whatever. So
Right. His was like he got dentures and
yeah.
got literally all his teeth yanked out. And
Ouch.
yeah, he was in some pain,
Guarantee it.
but he's doing really good now.
Good.
And that was like, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. So what has been? So you said you don't have a problem drinking and everything. So like, what about people smoking pot at concerts?
Doesn't bother me. That was never really my thing either. Like I would do it, but it wasn't. I mean, I would just eat a whole bunch of food and then go to sleep when I would smoke pot. So that was the opposite of what I wanted to do.
That's fair. That's very fair. So what has? So you said your job now offered you a second chance. And you've been there for 12 years, you said?
Yep. Yeah, it'll be 13 in October.
I thought the dog was snoring.
She probably is. She does.
Um, what has been your dream? Like, is that your dream, like, where you want to stay?
Maybe.
Because I know in the past you said you wanted to open up a wedding venue, you wanted to be a wedding planner.
I would love to be an event coordinator.
Why
I
not?
don't think I could be successful with it here. I think it'd have to be in a bigger city.
Like Seymour, Indiana, or
Yeah.
Indiana?
Seymour. I think Indy, Louisville might. But now I don't know that I would ever want to do that full time just because with grandkids and spending time with them. And I don't want to be, I already have crappy hours.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to go from one job with crappy hours to another one, even if I did enjoy it. So I'm actually taking classes for HR management.
Gross.
Through Ivy Tech. I'm good with people. I feel like I'm really good with people. People tell me I'm good with people, so I hope they're being honest. But like I have a backbone. I can tell them like these are the rules. This is how it's supposed to be. But I also have a heart, and I can be empathetic. Everybody at work always comes to me and my boss with their whole life problems, work problems, personal problems. Like I don't know how many days we've got nothing done because we've sat in the office with people because they've just needed somebody to talk to.
I just thought of this. I know you said that you were a social drinker and everything. Did you ever like smoke cigarettes?
Yep. I quit in 2021. Only good thing about COVID. I couldn't stand the smell and the mask.
Yeah.
So...
Well, okay. I was just curious about that because
yeah. And ironically,
I just happen to be thinking about that.
I quit smoking with all three of my pregnancies. Like the day I found out I was pregnant, I quit smoking and started back within 2 weeks after having each kid.
Well, is this your longest stint for that too?
Yep.
That's awesome. I never was crazy about smoking. I don't like vaping either. I don't feel like it looks cool. I think smoking looks cool now, but like, I think whenever like you're hitting like a jukebox, I don't think it looks as cool. And then you blow like
train smoke.
Yeah, train smoke, and it smells like juicy fruit. I always think that's weird now.
Yeah. And vaping makes me sick. I tried it and it makes me want to puke. I don't like it.
Oh man. So what kind of events would you want to plan?
Anything. Weddings, parties, graduations.
Why? Why would you want to do that? Like why would you want to not do that is what I'm saying. I know you said the hours, but like is there something else? Like you said
No, pretty much just the demand of it. Like thinking about it. So for my last class, we had to create like a business and basically fill out all the forms we would need to start this business. We had outlined like what it entailed and everything, and I actually used the event planning. And as I was researching like other event planners and their businesses, I'm like this is so demanding, and the people and the entitlement, and I don't want to spend my weekends at weddings. Like I love weddings, but I want to spend it with my grandkids.
It's not even your wedding.
Right. Yeah.
You don't even know these people.
Right. Yeah. And I don't know that I am outgoing enough to be able to direct a bunch of people I don't know on what to do. I'm not good in front of groups of people that I don't know. Like, I don't speech class. Nope. I don't do talking in front of large groups of people. So I think I would have an issue with that. I actually have a friend who had me help her with her wedding, and I was there the day of and like directing people and stuff, and it.
She had like stage fright,
Yeah,
kinda.
yeah, and
That's
I was like, this is not as fun as I. This part of it's not as fun. Like finding the caterers and the cake and the photographers, like that. I enjoy that stuff.
So you like
The planning.
you
part.
like the planning. You don't like the execution.
Yes, correct.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay. I'm kind of I enjoy the idea. I enjoy like coming up with random shit like that and then figuring out how it would work and then I just don't do it. So I kind of get it because it was like I think of like tattoo conventions. And I'm like, well, we got to make it worth it. And how would we do that? And how would we do this? It's like I don't know. It's like I'll do it one day. It's like probably won't, but I do think about that, and then which I guess you don't really ever think about. It's like that is a very demanding job of like you have to scout the area. Like,
Yep.
is this place gonna work?
And then if something goes wrong, like the liability involved and like the contracts you would have to, like, and there's just so many entitled people, and like I see
A
all
lot
these,
of divas.
yes, horror stories of like bridezillas and
Was it just exclusively weddings you wanted to do, or is like
no,
just anything that
any
floated your
kind of,
way?
yeah, planning. Like at work, I help plan a lot of the events that we do.
Like, I don't know what all you do at your work.
We feed people a lot. We celebrate like certain amount of days safe. We'll have celebrations for that. We have twice a year. We have big like 4 day celebrations for when we get our like bonus checks. We celebrate, with the whole store. Plan food for everybody, fun things, decorate, stuff like that.
That sounds a lot better than a place I work.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, hours suck, but it's really fun sometimes.
I'm gonna get fired for saying that, but that sounds a lot better than where I work.
Well, we're always hiring.
Yeah, I don't want to work there. You want to do HR? That sounds like a very. That sounds like a very drama.
I actually, I don't know if this is really a thing. Well, I guess there's legal HR. I was going to say criminal HR, but the business law class I took, I love law. I love anything like crime related and stuff. Um, but as I was reading through, like, we had all these scenarios of different issues with businesses where there were legal things involved, and I was like, this is really interesting. Like it was, and ethics played a lot of big part of it and stuff. And so I told my husband, I was like, I wonder like what it takes to get into like the legal aspect of HR. Cause like this whole ethics and the legal part, that's what interests me the most.
Like
Like the right and wrong, and like how do you handle the situation and the legalities behind. Like a lot of the scenarios we had to write about, we had discussions of, okay, here's the situation. How do you think it should have been handled? And this is how it was handled. Do you agree or not?
that sounds interesting. That also sounds like a lot of. Well, they had it coming. It sounds like a lot of that.
That's where those rules and guidelines and laws come into play.
Like they asked for it. Come on. It sounds like a lot of that. So, would you say also like your background and everything would also help you with that a little bit? I mean, like I've got a
So.
little bit more compassion
Yeah,
because of this.
and more open-minded about people and things. Um, I'm not. I don't judge people. If anything, I'm the worst person at hiring. I want to go into HR and I say that I'm the worst person at hiring people because I feel sorry for so many, especially when they're like, I'm a recovering addict. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you're hired. It doesn't matter that just told me you have had 20 jobs in the past year, but yeah, come on, let's give you another chance.
Welcome to 21.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then my boss is like, who hired this person? I'm like, it was me. Why? Because they're getting clean and they have 5 kids and da da da. And she's like, they suck. Sorry.
That sounds like me as a manager. This person sucks. Why'd you do this? And you're like, they were having a bad day.
Yeah. Yep, I told her, I said, next person that I suck at hiring, I'm done. I'm not hiring anybody else.
What would you say would be like your hero? Like, did you have like a hero that was sober, that got sober and talked about it?
Not really one specific. There have been a lot of people that have played a part in our lives. When we started going to NA and took it seriously, they always say, you're finally, somebody's going to tell their story and they're going to relate. You're going to relate to them, be like, oh my gosh, you're not going to relate to everybody. You know, they encourage you to have a sponsor, but again, you have to find somebody that you're comfortable with and that you click with. There was 3 or 4 people that we really just clicked with and related to and stuff, and had helped us through a lot.
I met, well, I appreciate that answer. I met like, is there like a celebrity that got sober?
Not anybody that specific. I mean, anybody that does, that's great.
Right. I didn't know if it was like, because Steve-O like talks about it a lot on his, I don't know if you listen to his podcast.
I had a couple times.
Because he talks about it a lot.
One that I followed, and I am blanking his name, but he was Bam Margera's best friend.
Oh, Brandon Novak.
Yes, I followed him a lot after he got sober.
He opened up like a chain of house, not a chain, but like a bunch of halfway houses, like a bunch of sober living places.
Yep, and he posts his phone number out there for everybody. I mean,
yeah,
like, he's amazing. And he watched, I don't know if you ever watched, but it was Bam's Unholy Union years ago. It was a reality show with him and his first wife leading up to their wedding.
I didn't watch that. I watched Via La Bam though.
Well, Novak was a hot mess.
Yeah,
like, he was awful, and to see like how he turned it around.
Have you listened to his book? Or read his book?
No.
I can't remember. It was damn, I can't remember what it was. What it's called. I can send it to you. But he was in the book. It's basically him just like talking about all the stuff he did. And he's like, I was lying through my teeth. He's like, I was high as a kite. He's like, I was a prostitute for a while. He's like, I was not having a good time.
Yeah,
and
he was.
I thought I was. He said that his mom already like bought a tombstone for him.
Yep. And I feel like, I can't remember if he overdosed. I feel like he almost died.
I think he
twice.
did it. I think he did a couple times. He's doing great.
Yeah.
He looks great now.
Yeah, he does. Like, he's amazing. And then most recently, like, obviously I've already been clean, but Jelly Roll, I love his story. I've followed him. We both followed him from when he first, like, I don't want to say started, but his first radio song.
Save Me?
No. I am completely blanking it. It was several years ago. Dead Man Walking.
Oh.
And watched the video, loved the song, watched the video, and then started researching him, and he's amazing. And his concert is one of, I think, 3 concerts that I've ever cried at. And my husband did too, and he don't cry. Just because he is so supportive, and what he says is just, it's very emotional.
Did you see that him and Post Malone are both playing Lucas Oil Stadium?
Mm-hmm.
That's a big show.
Yeah, we want to go to that one.
That's big.
I'm sure it'll be big price tag too.
Yeah. What so Jelly Roll, Brandon Novak. I always liked Corey Taylor a lot.
Yeah.
And then
he's another one.
Did you hear the story about the singer of Creed?
Maybe.
I don't think he got sober from this, but it definitely was a low moment. So do you know who the rapper T.I. is?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was T.I. He like was laying in his hotel bed and he was like kept hearing Coming from his balcony. And he's like, what in the hell? And he goes out there and he pokes his head out. And it's a singer of Creed. He like fell from the balcony
Oh
above
my goodness.
and landed in his. And he was like, he was hurt.
Guarantee it.
And he had to like call the hospital, like call the paramedics and stuff. And be like, the singer of Creed is
Fell on my balcony.
fell onto my balcony and he is not doing great. And they're just kind of like, okay.
That is crazy.
I'm like, this is clearly a prank call.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I think he got sober not long after that. But that was, I can't imagine that was a high moment.
No.
And then I think Corey Taylor has kind of like the same story. And then Bam Margera, I know, is sober now
he's
as
another
well.
one that I love. Bam, like, that's who I was going to leave my husband for, but yeah, he's pretty awesome too.
I think it was Steve-O kept telling him, whenever you get sober, he's like, things will get better. You just got to get sober.
Right.
He's like, you just got to get sober.
Yeah.
But Bam was like, nothing's getting better. Everything is just getting worse. Nothing's okay. Everything sucks.
And that's why it's so hard for some people to keep going.
Right. And so what would you say to someone that would be like saying that?
Like, it does get better. Like, there's going to be bad days and there's going to be setbacks, but you have to be stronger than that setback. There are bumps in the road everywhere you go. There's bumps in the road. It's just a bump. Just keep going.
What would you tell younger you?
Don't do drugs. No. Believe in yourself. Be confident.
Right.
Don't be afraid to go after what you want. And don't do drugs.
I'm glad that slipped its way in there somewhere. What would you say has been... What would you tell someone if they came to you right now? Like, would you say, hey, try doing this? Like, hey, I'm struggling. Try doing this. Or...
Yeah. I mean, I would tell them things that I learned in NA. Like, coping mechanism is the biggest, besides changing your people, places, and things. Like, learning how to cope. And
what was your coping mechanism?
My kids. Knowing that I almost lost them. Like, it sucks that that's what it took for me to get clean. But if I wasn't going to do it for myself, at least do it for my kids. Like, they needed a better mom than what I was. Their biological father already sucked. So what else do they have?
Yeah, they can't have two parents that suck.
Right.
Right. So then, how do you feel like everything has gone? Do you think everything has gotten a lot better?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Like I said, up until a couple of years ago, I was always waiting for that other shoe to drop. Like, things are just going too well. Like, I don't care about the material things, but like, we own a house, we have nice vehicles, we have good jobs, we can go do things. Like, that's not what's important, but the fact that we're happy, can do that stuff, have all of our family, like, it's almost too perfect sometimes. And then I was like, no, you deserve this. You worked your ass off to get to where you are. Like, stop thinking it's going to be taken away. I mean, I know that it can. I'm not selfish enough to think that it can't. Like, I know things can change in the blink of an eye. I'm very grateful for what we have, though.
I think sometimes it takes that for you to realize that, though. That it can get better and things aren't that bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of shitty, though.
Yeah.
Because, like, whenever you're going through that bad day, and it's just like, this day fucking sucks. And then you have another day, and it sucks. It's like, well, this day sucks.
This whole week sucks.
But yesterday was really bad. And so then it's like, it's weird how it's not going to end up being like a day, but it's weird how like time will be like, this is really bad, but it's not like that. So it's not that bad. It's weird how time does that.
Yeah. And even on the really bad days, I'm alive, I'm healthy, I'm not in jail.
Yeah. It's very true. So do you, before we close out of this, do you have anything that you would like to say to anybody? Or anyone? Like, anything that you'd like to say at all?
Anybody that's still struggling, there's hope. You can do it. It sounds, I know people say those words all the time, but it's true. You have to be willing to do it. You have to want it. Like, nobody can do it for you. You have to want it, but there's always support. And I'm always here for anybody that is struggling. Whether I know you or not, I will always be there as much as I can.
Awesome. All right. Thank you very much.